Good morning, students. Now, today I am going to explain you about the GST chain and the input tax credit. What is GST in trading chain? GST is a single tax on the supply of goods and service. That means the end consumer will only bear the GST charge by the last dealer in the supply chain. To add to that, one has to pay a tax on tax throughout the whole value chain as well. It means that when you are wholesaler first, this is a chain. See in the diagram, wholesaler to distributor, distributor to retailer, and retailer to final customer. Now in this chain, this is called as a trading chain. Now in this chain, what will happen in this chain? In this chain, it will happen that when the product distributor purchasing a product to the from wholesaler, he is paying a tax. Okay, retailer purchasing a product from a distributor, he is also paying a tax. But that tax is, now listen, distributor purchase at the time of purchasing from wholesaler, some tax he paid, but he collect the tax from retailer. So how much GST is he have to pay? He have to just pay whatever amount he paid minus of whatever amount is collected, and this is called as a chain. Means इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट. इसका मतलब है डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर है. डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर किसके पास से परचेस करता है? होलसेलर के. ओके, एंड किसको बेचता है? रिटेलर को. जब परचेसिंग टाइम पे जितना अमाउंट वो पेड करता है जीएसटी, उससे जो रिटेलर का अमाउंट है रिटेलर से पेड करता कलेक्ट करता है, रिटेलर से लेता है और डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर होलसेलर को देता है. ओके, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर at the time of purchasing whatever amount is paid by the wholesaler, and distributor collecting at the time of selling from the retailer. The difference between them is paying the GST. Don't worry, in the next slide I will explain you with the example. Now see, what is input tax credit? Is the tax paid by the buyer on purchase of goods or service. Such a tax which is paid at the purchase when reduced from the liability payable on outwards supplies is outward supply is known as a input tax credit. In the other word, input tax credit is a tax reduced from output tax payable on account sale. Both I will explain the simple example. Okay, now see, the manufacturer sold a cycle. Manufacturer sold a cycle. Sold means selling a cycle of at a taxable amount rupees 4,000 to the wholesaler. Manufacturer selling a cycle to the wholesaler at the amount of 4,000 and rate of GST is 12%. Okay, now wholesalers sold it to the retailer at 48,100 at 4800, and retailers sell to the customer at 5200, but the rate of GST in every chain is 12%. Then output tax of manufacturer 12% of 4,000. Output tax means it is taking from the wholesaler. So output tax of the manufacturer is 12% of 4,000. So how much it is? 12 divided by 100 multiplied by 4,000, that is 480 rupees. First understood? Now second, what happened? GST payable by the manufacturer. कितना amount GST pay करता है manufacturer? 480. Now output tax of wholesaler 12% of 480. So how much it is? 12 divided by 100 into 48,000. So it is 576. And therefore the GST payable by the wholesaler. तो wholesaler कितना पे करता है? Wholesaler, how much amount it is paid? It is paid the output tax minus of input tax. Output tax means जितना कलेक्ट किया है और इनपुट टैक्स मीन जितना पेड किया है. उन दोनों का डिफरेंस मीन्स अ GST पेएबल बाय द होलसेलर. Now output tax of a retailer. रिटेलर का आउटपुट टैक्स क्या है? इट इज पेड ऑन द हाउ मच अमाउंट? 5200, and therefore it is 52% of 5200 is 12% of 5200 is 624. इतना अमाउंट रिटेलर ने कस्टमर से कलेक्ट किया है, इसलिए उसको आउटपुट टैक्स बोलते हैं. तो वो आउटपुट टैक्स माइनस ऑफ रिटेलर को कितना दिया है? पहले रिटेलर ने कितना पे किया है होलसेलर को? दैट इज 576. और कितना कलेक्ट किया है? दैट इज 624. and therefore the GST payable is 624 minus 500. कलेक्ट किया हुआ अमाउंट में से पेड किया वाला अमाउंट सब्ट्रैक्ट करो. वट एवर अमाउंट यू विल गेट, that is input tax credit, ITC. आया समझ में? वेरी सिंपल. एक एग्जाम्पल देती. ओके, see here, everything's I mention in table also, so properly understand this question. and on this GST चेन तो समझ में आनी चाहिए. चेन मीन्स मैन्युफैक्चरर होलसेलर को सेल करता है, होलसेलर रिटेलर को करता है, रिटेलर कस्टमर को करता है. एंड एवरी चेन द GST is same, they are paying. Okay, and then how the ITC is calculated? In this way the input tax credit is calculated. जो हमने अमाउंट पेड किया है, कलेक्ट किया वाला अमाउंट, पेड किया वाला अमाउंट में से पेड किया वाला अमाउंट कलेक्ट किए वाले अमाउंट में से माइनस करते हैं, और जो भी अमाउंट आता है दैट इज़ योर इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट. उतना ही अमाउंट आपको गवर्नमेंट को देना पड़ता है. नेक्स्ट, नाउ फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द प्रैक्टिस सेट 4.2. क्वेश्चन 1. Chetan Store paid total GST of 1,05,000 at the time of purchase and collect. परचेसिंग के टाइम पे GST पेड कितना किया है? 1,05,000 and collected GST is 1,22,500 at the time of selling. collected means जब सेल किया. फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने पहले परचेस किया है मैन्युफैक्चरर से, तो मैंने इतना पेड किया है. जब मैं मेरे कस्टमर को भेजती हूँ, सेल करती हूँ, तो मैंने इतना उनसे कलेक्ट किया है. सो दिस इज ड्यूरिंग द 1st of July 2017 to 31st of July 2070. फाइंड द GST पेएबल एट द चेतना स्टोर. आउटपुट टैक्स कितना है? 1,22,500. ओके, इनपुट टैक्स कितना है? इनपुट मीन्स पेड किया वाला, आउटपुट मीन्स कलेक्ट किया वाला. Always remember, output tax means tax collected at the time of sale, and input tax means tax paid at the time of purchase. This is very important. Now both the amount we know. So what is ITC? ITC, input tax credit. How much it is? 1,05,000. Always remember that your input tax credit means your ITC, and therefore GST payable is always equal to the output tax minus input tax credit, and it is 1,22,500 minus 1,05,000. जितना पेड किया है अमाउंट वो कलेक्ट अमाउंट में से माइनस करो, यू विल गेट द GST पेएबल. GST पेएबल मीन्स क्या है? मैंने परचेसिंग के टाइम पे कितना पेड किया था और कितना कलेक्ट कर रही हूँ सेलिंग के टाइम पे. तो कलेक्टेड अमाउंट में से परचेसिंग टाइम का पेड अमाउंट माइनस करो, एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ GST पेएबल. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. Nazama is the proprietor of a firm registered under the GST. She has paid GST of rupees 12. Paid means input or output? Just I told. Paid amount means input tax. Collected amount means output tax. So input tax is 12,500 and purchase, and the collected is output tax, that is a 14,750 on a sale, that is output tax. So what is the amount ITC to be claimed? The ITC is input tax. So what is the amount of GST payable? GST payable is output minus ITC. It is indirectly output minus input tax. Don't worry. Don't be confused. Your input tax means ITC and your GST payable is calculated output tax minus of ITC or output tax. Why it is given here? Because the chain it is use the different word. So GST payable is equal to output tax minus of input tax credit, and it is 40,750 minus of 12,500. So how much amount of ITC to be claimed? 12,500, and amount of GST payable 2,250. So just these two questions, GST chain and ITC, this concept you have to learn properly. Okay, and try to solve the question number 3rd. That is your homework. Okay, students.